Hello and welcome to the Wizard and the Priestess. Today, Wizard taking you through a little bit of wizardry via just a little meditation that you can do anywhere, anytime, really. Potentially do it even while driving. Just be careful, please. Don't want those letters. So, last time we did a meditation for the left brain, bringing you into the left brain. Now we're going to do the opposite. Get you out of the left brain if you are stuck in that mathematical, rational, scientific part of the brain. And we need to open up the right and synchronize a few hemispheres. So, what we can do is first just take a couple of breaths. As you inhale, just notice where tension is. Where are you breathing from? If you're stuck in your left brain, it's likely stuck in your chest. So if you are stuck in your chest, try a few breaths through the belly. When you expand your belly, notice where else it pulls. Maybe the hip, maybe the back, maybe the neck, shoulder. Even had a patient say she felt pressure behind her eyes once. So that was a new one. Everything's connected. Trying the breath. As we do these breaths, we get centered within ourselves. So hopefully you can allow yourself permission to give that to yourself. Give yourself a little present by being present. So now let's go on a little journey together. If you can, close your eyes. If you are driving, for goodness sake, please do not close your eyes. Keep them open. Save this for later. Or just listen along. So if you are able, close your eyes. Drop into yourself. As you drop into yourself, just feel the head start to relax, the neck, the shoulders, arms, hands. And feel the back muscle segment by segment just getting a little bit softer. Hips are relaxed, knees, toes. All the joints and the muscles start to become just a little easier. Now, in your mind's eye, picture you're walking along the path. Any path. Is it stone? Is it dirt? Is it paved? You get to choose the path. As you're walking along this path, you have a look around you. And as you're looking around you, you can notice a bit of grass. Notice the trees. You notice the color and shape of the grass and the trees. Is the grass long? Is it short? Other trees, tall, big shrubs. Just taking a little mental snapshot into what those trees and the grass looks like. Maybe there's some rocks as well, maybe not. But as you're walking along, you just take a deep inhale and smell the freshness. Just like that reset button breath that we take when we need to just rest and reset. And as you're walking along this path, maybe you see some animals frolicking, maybe you don't. This is your walk. Now, as you're walking down this path, it takes you around a bend. And as you're approaching around the bend, you see what looks to be a bunch of rocks. And as you approach, the closer you get, you can actually see that it's a cave. Now pay attention to how you feel at the sight of the cave. Do you want to enter the cave? Do you want to run away from the cave? Do you just want to sit and stare at the cave? Let's go in the cave. As you go in the cave, you notice how lit or how dark or dim the lighting is in the cave. No fear in the cave. Just taking it in. And as you go deeper into this cave, you start to hear some dripping water. Just really slow, soft drips. You decide to follow the sound of the drips. And as you get closer to the drops and the drips, you come across a little pool of water. As you approach this little body of water, you look into the water. What do you see? Make note of what you see and maybe even how you see it. Then you decide to sit on the edge. Just a little stone big enough for a seat. And as you're sitting there in the cave, looking at the water, an animal appears. Have a good look at the animal. And if you had a question for that animal, what would that question be? Having that conversation with the animal. Suddenly you feel a little bit different. You can feel something has changed. Something has been switched. As you get the answer from the animal, you simply say, "Thank you." You begin to walk out of the cave, just being grateful for that experience. You can make your way out of the cave. Now, I take my patients through similar guided meditations from time to time, and it can be quite powerful for a lot of people because everything that you saw in that meditation tells you something about the psyche of that person. So, for example, the path that you decide to walk on, it's really it can be a literal or a metaphorical representation or direction in which you're going. The type of grass you saw and the health of the grass really represents growth, vitality, potentially even seasons of change. Trees can represent growth, strength, connection to self and nature. So, to the degree that the trees weren't looking very happy, or the grass was looking a bit dry, as an example, symbolizes it might symbolize your vitality. It might symbolize your growth, your connection. Now, the cave is an interesting one. Typically, the cave represents transitions between worlds. It can also represent the link between the conscious to the subconscious and unconscious. Now, a lot of people have a lot of fear to enter that cave in meditation, which represents them being afraid of what's in their unconscious or their subconscious. So maybe for a lot of people, that's where the blockage is. Going into the cave, depending how light or dark it is, can represent your perception of the unknown and how bright, light, dark, or dim it is. As you come to the pool of water, you'll notice if the water was calm, was it choppy, dark, light? The water typically represents the unconscious or your emotions. So you'll notice if you've been quite stressed, the water might be choppy, where you probably can't see through it. So that typically represents the unconscious or your emotions. And it can represent different things according to different cultures and context and people, but that's the general representation. And your little animal friend, that is likely your animal spirit guide. So whatever animal you saw, I would highly recommend looking up the shamanic meaning of the animal. So if you saw a dog, shamanic meaning dog, you will find that a lot of what the dog represents is somehow something at least similar will be playing itself out in your life right now. And I hoped you asked a good question, because generally that's the answer you need. So hopefully that was something to sit with and you were able to get out of your left brain for about 20 minutes or so. And hopefully that's just enough to take a little bit pressure off, play with your imagination. I think it was Einstein who said, imagination is more important than thought. So that's something to sit with. I hope you enjoyed today. If you'd like more of these mini episodes, let us know. Plenty more to come. Looking forward to sharing more with you next time. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to The Wizard and the Priestess. Thanks for stopping by. Stay connected and be open.